Uh, First of all, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you had a good meal yesterday and enjoyed some family time. Really proud of my guys today. This was this game today. As a coach, has a lot of trappings involved. We're up in New York. We just had a stretch of 3 games on the road where we played at Butler, Texas, Notre Dame, and you get home at 3 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday night. You got to rest up on Wednesday, and you have one day to prepare for a game today on at 1 o'clock, and the one day you're preparing is Thanksgiving Day. So when you talk about the potential to have a lot of distractions heading into this game, we had that ability. But I was so proud of the way we started the game. I was really concerned about our energy level coming in, our what our sense of urgency was going to be. I knew from tape, even though you look at these guys and if you watched them on tape, you saw some of the stuff that those 2 kids were doing later in the game. They were doing to teams like Notre Dame and Gonzaga, and so I knew that team was going to be ready to play. I've known their coach a long time, really respect him, and I was really proud how we started the game. We had a little bit of a letdown the last 5 minutes of the first half and the first 5 minutes of the second half. And a 20-point lead got down to 3. And Zuzwa got really going. And, he hit a couple. He was open, and then he hit a couple crazy ones. Now all of a sudden they have a lot of momentum. Took a timeout. We came out of the timeout. I think Pardon got a dunk maybe out of the timeout just to kind of get us going. And then I thought our defense, from that moment on, our defense got reconnected and was really good. So, 3 guys to me really stood out today. I thought our 2 wings were fantastic. Lindsey and Law, 42 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, and 6 blocks, with efficient shooting. And, they're both showing, glimpses of the guys that I envisioned they could become when we recruited those guys, and really proud of them. And then I thought Gavin was a huge difference maker today. They were playing zone. We put Gavin right in the middle of the zone, and I thought us hitting him right there at the foul line. He made unbelievable decisions, whether it was to take it in and score, hit the high-low, skip it out for threes, 6 assists, no turnovers, 15 points, 6 rebounds. Thought he was terrific. So I want to single those guys out, but it really was a team effort. Excited about the opportunity to play Wake on Monday night. I think Wake is a really good team. I've watched them a little bit in some of these holiday tournaments, watched them go toe-to-toe with Villanova and play them really tough, and I think that's their only loss on the season. So it's going to be a big-time game for us Monday night. We got to get rested up. We got to put a game plan together and hopefully try to take care of our home court on Monday. So I'm open for questions. Yeah, he just wasn't able to go. He wasn't able to go tonight. We don't know yet his return. I've talked a little bit in the past about some of his struggles, what he's going through, and he just wasn't able to play today, which killed him because a lot of those guys he played. Zuzwa was his AAU teammate, so I know it killed Aaron being over there, wanting to get out there and play against him. So not sure yet when he'll be back, but he's working hard.
Vic on him a lot.
Yeah.
Do you think going forward, Vic will be putting a lot of teams' best guards?
Yeah, I feel like with Vic and Sanjay, we have 2 high-level defenders. And I'll tell you what now, Scotty's becoming a really good defender. I've been really proud of his defense. And what you see is, we have bigger, longer wings than we've ever had. You put Scotty, Vic, Sanjay out there, you got 3 guys, 6'6" to 6'7", with good length, good quickness, and it's really raised the level of our defense. And then with Derek's activity as a shot blocker and a rim protector and a rebounder, I think it's made the difference. But, yeah, I think Vic wants those kind of challenges. And for the most part, I thought he did a really good job. The kid hit some really tough shots. I thought he got loose a little bit, but of his 9 shots, I think 5 or 6 of those shots were really well guarded, and he just, sometimes great offense is going to beat great defense.
Coach, 17 threes in the first half, only 5 in the second half. Much more efficient, much more points in the paint in the second half. Was that a focal point at halftime to move inside?
We never say like a ratio. We just say we want to stay in attack mode, and we don't want to settle for threes. I have a lot of guys who are really confident in their jump shot, and which is great, but I don't want them to lose sight of. I thought Vic and Scotty in particular started getting to the rim. and they can really shoot it. I mean, they went 6 for 12 from three, but I thought we did a better job in the second half. We got out in transition. We passed it ahead. We got some steals. We got to the basket, and then we started hitting the middle of that zone and, getting the high lows and things like that. So I did think in the second half, those guys had played a lot of games and traveled as well, and we didn't want to just let them off the hook by cranking up threes. We wanted to attack the basket and put pressure on them to foul us and get to the rim a little bit.
Zuzwa did hit a couple just ridiculous shots in that second half,
did.
but during that stretch where they came back, what do you feel like was going on with you guys on an offensive standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we got a little stagnant. We missed some shots. I'll have to look at it on tape. I was so focused on our defense at that point. I thought we did a great job in the first 12 minutes of the game. I thought all 5 guys were really connected. And then we were in a timeout, and there was about 7 minutes to go, and I think we were up 29-9 or something like that. And I told the guys, this 7 minutes can be a real breaking point in the game. If we put together a good 8 minutes here and go into the half up 25, up 28, it's going to be hard for them to come back from that. And conversely, if we let them start scoring, they can feel like they're back in it. They outscored us by 5 the rest of the way. They cut it to 15. And they came into the locker room, I thought, with a lot of momentum. And I just thought we had some defensive breakdowns. We started going under some screens. Maybe we got a little tired. We were trying to fight over all those screens. A couple times we went under, and he just really made us pay. A couple times our guys didn't respect how deep his range was. They're picking him up at the college line, and he's shooting from 8 feet behind it. So fortunately, we locked in after they cut it to 3. We started getting much more efficient offensively, and I thought our defense was really good the last 15 minutes.
Coach, BMAC had another tough game from the field. How do you get him going?
Well, I want him to stay aggressive. I thought the first half he was still having a hangover effect from Notre Dame. No one wants it more than he does. And, he knew that he didn't play up to, play his best the other night in the Notre Dame game. I think there was some residue there. And I thought that first half, it was still kind of getting out of that. Second half, I thought he played much better. I thought he got back. He got to the basket, hit a couple of his floaters, got to the foul line. It was more like the BMAC, that I think he had 8 points in the second half. And, I just think he needed that first half to kind of still get through what he was fighting from New York. And I'm not worried about him. He's our guy. He's going to lead us. He's going to be ready to go on Monday night.
Coach, was riding Skelly part of the game plan coming in, or did he just go off and you just decided to keep him in for a while?
Well, I just kept him in. With them, they were in zone most of the game, and Gavin's one of our best passers. And what they were doing with their zone is they were really lifting their guards and wings out on our guards, and the middle was wide open. So we wanted Gavin just to be right in that middle. We wanted to hit him and then let him make plays. I mean, his ability to pass, make an open shot, drive the ball. And it was just one of those games where he was playing great. And when he's playing great, we have that kind of team. It might be some nights it's going to be Vic and Scotty. Other nights it's going to be BMAC and Isaiah. Pardon can have a great night. So it was just Tap Horn in the Notre Dame game. We played Tap 20-something minutes because he really had it going. So, it was just one of those games. Gavin was playing great, so we just wrote it out.
I know you just kind of mentioned it, but with guys like McIntosh struggling, is it nice to have multiple other scorers that can kind of pick up the slack? And do you think that you've ever had this many scorers on a team here at Northwestern?
No, I mean, since I've been here, this is the most talented team. We'll see what they end up becoming as a team, but are they the most talented? Absolutely. We've never had this kind of firepower offensively. And even the other night against Notre Dame, if you were to say to me, McIntosh was going to have the kind of line in the game that we would have the ball with 20 seconds to go with the lead, I don't know that I would have believed that in the past, but now we have enough guys that if guys are not put in the hole or not playing as well, other guys have their back. And, it's nice to have options. And, like I said, we have a lot of guys that are starting to become vets now, with Vic and Scotty and Gavin. They've been in college for 3 years. They know what this is about. And, they're starting to show the kind of players that we all, as a staff, these are the guys that we envisioned when we recruited them. So it's fun to see their development really paying off.
Coach, what do you feel like you guys now have to build on coming home, particularly after the 2 losses, Butler and Notre Dame, and going into games, say, like Wake Forest, and then kind of into the conference
Well, I don't
games?
want to change a whole lot. What I want to change is if we got to close the game. The 2 losses. I mean, the guys in our locker room believe we should be 6-0, but the reality is we're not. We're 4-2. We had 2 losses that happened right in the last possession of both games. But I don't want to have to change a whole lot. I want to keep building on what we're doing. Our spirit is really good. Our bench is. I mean, if you look at the guys are playing with enthusiasm. The emotion's good. We're sharing the ball. We have 25 assists on 31 made field goals. So guys are playing unselfishly. I really like how we're playing. It's still November, and you got to just keep locking in. I'd like to not have a little letdown when we had a lead, like we did today. Things like that as we continue to, develop ourselves as a team.
Any other questions for Coach? Time for one last one.
Yeah, very important one. It's past Thanksgiving. What's your favorite holiday song?
That's a good question. I'm a big kind of old school R&B type of guy. Like 90s R&B was kind of my thing because that's kind of my time. So Mariah Carey has like a nice Christmas song that I think it's like All I Want for Christmas or something that I used to vibe pretty good to. So happy holidays, guys.
Gavin, what do you feel like happened for you guys during that big run where Bryant closed down your lead to about 3 in the second half?
You talk about when they started coming back?
Yeah.
I think defensively we started breaking down. I think we kind of got too cocky with things, and we thought, oh, this is going to be an easy game. And, that's a good team. Bryant's a really good team, and they're going to come back. They had some big shots. But I think defensively we started breaking down. We started getting kind of loose. Just this little things started happening, and so at halftime we kind of had to get ourselves back together.
Do you think you have more scoring ability, or your team this year has more scoring ability than you guys had last year?
Yes and no. I mean, Trey and Olaf are great players, don't get me wrong. But I think Scotty coming back, Vic coming back, Bryant's older, me being more of an option, Derek being a sophomore. I think it opens up more like kind of players to be able to score. So I think that helps us definitely.
Do you think that takes the pressure off of like the main scorers like McIntosh Law when you have other guys like Lindsey and you that can pitch in each night?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you kind of have to ask them, but I think Isaiah helps Brian a lot in the guard position, and hopefully, me and Scott and Vic help him as well. But you got to ask them. The pressure's off, but I think so from my standpoint.
Coach said that you were able to sort of find the middle space with Bryant playing out pretty aggressively on the guards and use your passing there. What did you see against this defense that allowed you to be effective today?
Well, their middleman, the 2-3 zone, comes up on me. And if he comes up, dish down to Derek. If not, shoot. Their guards, though, their 2 top guys space out. So a lot of times that pitch behind's there. If their guard comes to me, wherever he came from, whoever that's the man he's supposed to be guarding, and kick to him. So it's kind of just close reads. But they space out their zone. So a lot of dump downs and things like that happen.
How do you think that allowed you to have your career day that you had?
Well, they trust me, and that's a huge part of being with this team and being this group, is that they trust me to make the right plays, and today I think I proved to them that, I can do it. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction.
What do you like most about your stat line today, the 15 points, 6 assists, and 3 blocks?
I like the blocks and I like the assists. Points will come and go, but definitely being an assist man lets everyone know that I'm not trying to get mine, things like that. And I'm very effective, as a passer. Coach knows that. That was one of my strengths coming into college.
Off the games on the road last week, what do you feel like is the mindset of the team right now and moving forward?
Win games. Those are two games that I think we should have won. But those are the struggles that we've had the past couple of years, is being able to close out games. A lot of times last year we were up on teams, we were beating them, in the last couple minutes we break down and we lose. So that just kind of like shows that we haven't really crossed that bridge yet. That's the thing that we need to do.
Anything else for Gavin?
So we asked Coach this. It's after Thanksgiving now, so it's time to start thinking about the holidays. Sorry. What would you say is your favorite holiday song?
Holiday song? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, I guess. Is my favorite holiday song. I'm not a big holiday song guy, actually. I had a bad experience with an ex-girlfriend who liked holiday songs, so I stay away from Christmas music, honestly. My girlfriend's gonna kill me when she hears that, but yeah. It's all right. Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Vic, coming off of the road trip last week, and then you guys came out really strong in the first half today and finished off strong too. Where do you feel like your confidence is at right now as a team?
I just think, we're really good. I think as of last week in Brooklyn, we showed you guys that, we're coming out to compete no matter who it is, whether it's Notre Dame, Texas, or even Bryant. And Bryant's a really good team, too. So I think, this just isn't the old Northwestern who's just out here ready to compete, or, trying to be close. I think, we're winning games. And so, yeah.
Or is it nice to know that you have options like Scotty and Bryant around you to take the pressure off of you?
It's nice to be called scorer now, but I don't know. I guess I just think we're doing a good job of sharing the ball. I think tonight we had 25 assists and 9 turnovers. So I think, we're doing a great job sharing the ball and making shots when they come to us. So right now I just think, I'm taking my shots into there and not trying to force anything.
The coach said that he thought this group is the most talented he's had at Northwestern. Now you've been around for a few years. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think now that we're the first class that came in are now all juniors and sophomore, whatever you want to call me. I think we're all experienced and we've kind of been through those battle tests and we've seen a lot of things. So now what we're trying to do is just build on it and really trying to make that next jump and cross the bridge.
How did Skelly's ability to pass the ball so effectively from that sort of middle area help spark the offensive playmaking today?
Oh, he did great. I think, what did he have, like 15, 7, and 7 or something like that? I mean, he almost had a triple-double. I think he was really calm and poised in the middle, and their zone was really extended and try to, pressure the perimeter guys. And for him to be able to come to the middle and make those kind of passes was just fantastic.
Brian cut your lead to 3 early in the second half. What kind of changed from that point on to help you guys run away with it late?
I think, you have to respect every team you play. Every team is good. And number 2 really had it going at one point in the second half. I think he made their first, 12 points right in, the first media timeout. And I think, we had to readjust. And, we had to come back in the huddle after that media timeout and say, this game isn't over. I think we kind of relaxed, and they came right back in it, I think we, had needed to keep the foot on the gas pedal and just extend our lead instead of taking a step back.
You're shooting a ridiculous percentage from 3 so far this season. During the offseason, recovering from shoulder surgery, was that one of your focuses in getting better?
No, I think just I was out the whole season, so just trying to get better overall. And now this year, the ball's just been finding its way in the basket. I think I'm shooting when I'm open, and I'm just really happy that everything seems to be going in right now.
So we asked Gavin and we asked Coach, now that Thanksgiving's over, what's your favorite holiday song?
Happy birthday, because my birthday is December 19th. There you go.